Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Phantom KR or DOA Gunman 97. I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day. Now today, we were going to be playing some Ground War, but I ended up backing out because I had to go and change something, and then I went back into Ground War, I think, and we're going to get put up against the clan. Now, as you guys can tell, I am not doing a regular live commentary today. I'm just talking over some gameplay today for the first time on my channel just to see how it works, and as you guys can see right there, that is when we actually end up getting put against the whole entire clan. And unless, you know, with the luck I have now, just facing people aren't in clans or normally aren't in parties, it's already a hard enough time. So today we actually hopped into some free-for-all. We actually got the map Detroit, but that isn't what I wanted to talk about. I actually wanted to talk about skill-based matchmaking. Now, in skill-based matchmaking, I'm sure a lot of you guys actually know what it is. And skill-based matchmaking is basically you as a player getting matched up with other people, your prestige, your KD, rank, your win-loss ratio, and a few other stuff such as connection and some basic kind of stuff instead of more of the hardcore, I guess, terms that you would call players that are really good. So, first of all, what I wanted to talk about is during skill-based matchmaking, it actually affects a lot of players. Now, it affects me because I consider myself to be a pretty decent player. And it also affects people that aren't very good. It also affects people that are okay. It also affects, people that are getting used to the game. It might be people's first game. And it's just kind of, to me, skill-based matchmaking is more of a good thing. Now, a very important thing in skill-based matchmaking, as you can see, I've just got a nice three-piece, is that it's not always a useful thing, and it's not always a bad thing, and it's not always a good thing. Now, we're going to start off with the positive things. So, part of skill-based matchmaking, some good things are, is that if you're looking to be a competitive player, and being a competitive player, first of all, is not being, pro. It's not always meaning you want to be pro, it's not always meaning that you want to do all these really good high-end things, you want to sit there and win money. Being a competitive player means that you want to actually compete in different games, and you want it to be more competitive, instead of just slaying out and getting a bunch of kills, which you see a lot of people doing, and you also see a lot of people going and getting more objective players, more of the competitive type of players, if you have one of those people in your lobby. Now, skill-based matchmaking, back to the good part, like I was saying, it's actually a really good thing. In some cases, it could be a bad thing. In some other cases. Now, the reasons why it is good is because it'll pair you up to people once you, like I said, to give you that competitiveness that some people may actually want. As you can see there, I just totally failed at a nice punch that I could have had to stay on my string. But, yeah, it'll keep up the competitiveness as long as you want that. It'll sit there and it won't give you a bunch of crappy people, especially because I know a couple people that don't like going just for kills. They could give a crap about the KD, they could give a crap about the killing stat. But what they really care about is getting their win-loss and different stuff like that the real way. Now, skill-based matchmaking has caused quite a bit of problems in the last couple months, and because of this, there's actually a new term out there which has never been introduced into Call of Duty or has been, put into a Call of Duty kind of language, and this term now is actually called reverse boosting. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about this, and, back in Black Ops 2 or more of the Black Ops 1 days when tactical inserts were out, whenever tactical inserts came into Call of Duty, that was another bad thing and another good thing for some players, depending on how you play and what you do in Call of Duty. But that's just another part in Call of Duty that was a bad thing, and this was because that's when boosting came about, where people would sit down and take their tactical inserts and lay them on the ground. And, people would shoot the other person, you get in a party and you talk, just to try to get, like camos, for instance, in Black Ops 2, get different metals such as the nuclear to get pulled back down. Just stupid stuff like that, and all these different terms are coming out because of things that Call of Duty puts in their game, and people just abuse them. Now, so that's one bad thing, I guess you could say, with skill-based matchmaking, is the new term of reverse boosting, which is when you're trying to lower your KD, lower your win-loss ratio, so you actually play against pretty bad people, which is what a lot of pub stompers, I guess you could call them, that's what they do, and they've actually had to start banning people because so many people were doing this, and it wasn't making the game fair, as in what people were calling it. They want to try to keep Call of Duty fair by implementing this skill-based matchmaking. Now, another bad thing is, for me especially, I like to play some competitive matches. Obviously, I do rank play sometimes, and I like to, go on huge streaks, and I like to do all this stuff competitively, and I always like there sometimes to be a challenge. Now, the problem with that is I have pretty high KD, I have pretty high win-loss ratio, I have pretty good stats. And I'm always getting paired up in situations where I'm playing pretty good people as well. So I mean, I still get that competitiveness, but then there's also times where I want to be able to, slay people out and get really good gameplays, go on, what are they called, DNA streaks, DNA bomb streaks in the game there. And I mean, I have gotten some DNAs, but sometimes I think only a couple have been playing with friends that are bad, and they've both been playing, some of them are just because they're not actually playing amazing in a Call of Duty. So, to me, skill-based matchmaking honestly isn't that good just because I'm a good player and facing really good players, and I don't always like to have that competitive type of game feel in Call of Duty, but just for anything, it is really good to have that competitiveness because, I mean, sometimes the game would get boring without it. So I guess it depends on what kind of player you are to depend on your own if you think skill-based matchmaking is a good or bad thing. I think a lot of people say it's a bad thing, and I mean a lot of trick shotters, I'm sure some of you guys might be trick shotters, also know that it could be a bad thing because trick shotters are also getting banned because of them trying to do suicidal shots and different stuff like that. So yeah, just like I said, it's based upon what kind of player you are in Call of Duty and how you play. So I guess it's up to whoever is playing if skill-based matchmaking is a good thing, and I guess the gameplay is coming to an end. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be doing a class setup video here coming up tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But until next time, guys, see you all later. Goodbye.